My name is Gianna, and I just found your flyer out at the marquee, where they have the local farmer's market." She wet her lips, and it said pro bono below it. The ensuing pause made her wonder if he had hung up. She glanced at her phone, seeing that the call was still connected. "I called the right number, right?"
"Yes,"
he grumbled.
"Yes, you did. Sorry, you caught me at an odd time. Yes, we certainly can do that. But I think this would be better if we talked in person. Could you meet up, say, Thursday at Stardust at 3? It's on the corner across from the farmer's market. Can't miss it."
Gianna nodded, a smile bursting over her lips. "Yes, that's perfect. I'll see you then."
"Sounds good. I'll wait for you in the back corner."
She nodded again, ending the call. A burst of happiness hit her, and she squealed. She was one step closer to getting her life back on track, and that's what mattered. 3 days later, Gianna went down to Stardust. She entered the small bar, taken aback at the place's busyness. She shook it off, wanting to hold on to her happiness. She was a step closer to finding her brother. All she had to do was convince this person to take her case. She stood by the entrance for a moment, looking over the crowd. She tried to envision what the man would look like by his voice, but she knew voices could be deceiving. She lived on a planet with aliens, after all. But her eyes landed on a person sitting in the back, away from the crowd, and she suddenly knew that was her guy. And, to her surprise, he wasn't at all how she thought he'd look. He was a Darzios alien, indicated by his violet skin color and bulkier build. Scales covered his body, catching her attention. They were eye-grabbing for sure. Ram horns curled out from his dark silver hair, and his bright purple eyes scanned the room. His aura certainly demanded attention, and several people were glancing at him as he sat there. She felt intimidated, too scared to approach him, but at the same time, her legs moved on their own. She strode up to his table, watching as his gaze landed on her. She swallowed and tried to harden her voice. "Hello." She held her hand out. "I'm Gianna, and I called you for the meeting today." His eyes took her in before he shook her hand, and she felt her body grow intensely hot. She slid into the chair opposite of him and crossed her legs, feeling like the air had been kicked out from under her. She didn't know what it was, but the way his eyes bored into her twisted her up inside in a way she never thought possible.